What if I told you that one simple food, something you can find in almost any kitchen, could start helping your legs feel stronger in as little as 12 hours? If you're over 60 and you've noticed climbing stairs, standing up, or walking feels harder than it used to, you're not alone. But you might be missing this one powerful piece of the puzzle. Stay with me, because today you'll discover the science-backed food that can help switch your muscle strength back on starting today. As we move past the age of 60, many people begin to notice subtle but important changes in how their bodies feel and perform, especially in the legs, which carry the responsibility for nearly every daily movement from walking and standing to maintaining balance and posture. And one of the main reasons for this shift is a natural biological process known as anabolic resistance, a condition where the body becomes less responsive to the signals that normally stimulate muscle repair and growth, meaning that even if someone eats the same foods or stays just as active as they did years earlier, their muscles may not rebuild as efficiently, leading to gradual strength loss over time. And this decline tends to affect the lower body first because leg muscles are heavily involved in weight-bearing activities and are more vulnerable to periods of inactivity or undernutrition, which can create a cycle where weaker muscles lead to less movement, and less movement further accelerates muscle decline. But the encouraging part is that this process is not a one-way road, because research in aging and nutrition shows that the body still retains the ability to respond positively when given the right stimulus, particularly through targeted nutrition that delivers sufficient high-quality protein and key amino acids, which act as signals to switch on muscle protein synthesis again, essentially reminding the body how to rebuild and maintain strength even later in life. And when this nutritional support is combined with simple, consistent movement such as walking, standing exercises, or light resistance activities, the muscles receive both the message and the materials they need to repair microscopic wear and tear, gradually improving function and resilience. Which is why understanding the biological changes behind muscle loss can be so empowering, because it shifts the perspective from seeing weakness as an inevitable part of aging to recognizing it as something that can be influenced and improved. And when older adults begin to support their bodies with nutrient-dense foods that are easy to digest and efficiently absorb, they often experience subtle early benefits such as reduced fatigue, improved stability, and greater confidence in everyday movements, reinforcing the idea that the body is constantly adapting to the environment and inputs it receives. And even though the pace of muscle building may be slower compared to younger years, the capacity for improvement remains very real, especially when nutrition consistently provides the building blocks muscles require to repair fibers, support nerve communication, and maintain metabolic health, creating a foundation that helps preserve independence, mobility, and quality of life as the years continue forward, highlighting how powerful the combination of knowledge and small daily choices can be in reshaping the trajectory of physical strength after 60, allowing the body to respond, adapt, and rebuild when it is given the right support and signals to do so. Eggs stand out as one of the most efficient and research-supported foods for supporting muscle health in older adults because they deliver a rare combination of high-quality protein, essential amino acids, and supportive nutrients in a form the body can easily absorb and use, which becomes especially important after 60 when the body's ability to trigger muscle repair becomes less responsive. And among the amino acids found in eggs, leucine plays a particularly crucial role because it functions like a metabolic signal that activates muscle protein synthesis, the biological process responsible for repairing and rebuilding muscle fibers. And when older adults consume foods rich in leucine, studies show that this signal helps overcome some of the natural resistance that develops with age, essentially giving muscles the prompt they need to begin strengthening again. And unlike many plant or incomplete protein sources, eggs provide all 9 essential amino acids in balanced proportions, making them a complete protein that supports not just muscle maintenance, but also tissue repair and metabolic function. And the benefits extend beyond protein alone because eggs also contain vitamin D, a nutrient strongly linked to muscle performance and balance, with adequate levels associated with better lower body strength and reduced fall risk, as well as vitamin B12, which supports nerve health and red blood cell production. both critical for maintaining energy and proper muscle contraction, and another often overlooked component is choline, a compound that plays a role in nerve signaling and muscle control, helping the brain communicate efficiently with muscle fibers so movements feel smoother and more coordinated. And what makes eggs particularly practical is their high bioavailability, meaning the body can digest and utilize their nutrients with minimal loss, an advantage that becomes more meaningful with age as digestion and absorption may become less efficient, allowing older adults to get more usable nutrition from smaller portions, which is helpful for those who experience reduced appetite. And research examining protein timing also suggests that consuming a concentrated source of high quality protein like eggs can stimulate muscle protein synthesis relatively quickly, sometimes within just a few hours, which is why they are often recommended as part of a breakfast or first meal of the day to help switch on muscle maintenance early, setting the tone for better strength support throughout the day. And when eaten regularly as part of a balanced diet, eggs can contribute to preserving lean muscle mass, supporting recovery after activity, and maintaining functional strength needed for daily tasks such as standing, walking, or climbing stairs, reinforcing the idea that strategic nutrition does not need to be complicated or expensive to be effective. And that's simple. Consistent choices centered around nutrient dense foods can play a meaningful role in helping older adults maintain mobility, confidence, and physical resilience over time while giving their muscles the precise building blocks and activation signals required to stay strong and responsive as the body continues to adapt to the years ahead. Consistently eating enough high-quality protein becomes increasingly important after the age of 60 because the body's natural rate of muscle turnover begins to shift, meaning muscles break down more easily and rebuild more slowly, and when protein intake is too low or inconsistent, the body may struggle to repair everyday wear and tear in muscle fibers, which gradually leads to reduced strength. Especially in the legs where muscle mass is essential for stability and mobility, and leg strength plays a central role in nearly every aspect of independent living, from getting out of a chair and climbing stairs to maintaining balance while walking on uneven surfaces. So providing the body with a steady supply of complete protein helps maintain the structural integrity of muscle tissue and supports the continuous process of muscle protein synthesis that keeps muscles functional and responsive. And research consistently shows that spreading protein intake across meals rather than consuming most of it at one time can enhance the body's ability to use those amino acids effectively, creating repeated opportunities throughout the day for muscles to repair and reinforce themselves, which is particularly beneficial for older adults because it helps counteract anabolic resistance and keeps muscles metabolically active. And when leg muscles receive the nutrients they need, they are better able to generate force, react quickly to shifts in balance, and sustain activity for longer periods without fatigue, all of which contribute to a lower risk of falls, one of the most significant health concerns in later life. And beyond physical strength, maintaining muscle mass also supports joint stability because strong muscles help absorb impact and reduce strain on the knees and hips, making everyday movement feel smoother and less taxing. And there is also a metabolic benefit since muscle tissue plays a role in regulating blood sugar and energy use. So preserving lean mass through adequate protein intake can help maintain steady energy levels throughout the day, reducing the likelihood of that heavy or sluggish feeling in the legs that often discourages activity. And as people feel stronger and more capable, they are naturally more inclined to move, which further reinforces muscle health and creates a positive feedback loop where nutrition supports movement and movement enhances the body's response to nutrition. And over time, this consistent support can translate into noticeable functional improvements, such as better posture, more confident walking, and greater endurance during routine tasks, all of which contribute to maintaining independence and quality of life, demonstrating how the simple habit of including sufficient high-quality protein in daily meals acts as a foundational strategy for protecting leg strength, promoting balance, and helping older adults stay active, capable, and resilient as their bodies continue to adapt to the demands of everyday living and the natural changes that come with age. Beyond their role in providing high-quality protein, Eggs deliver a combination of nutrients that work together to support not only muscle repair, but also the neurological and energy systems that allow muscles to function smoothly and efficiently. And one of the most important of these nutrients is vitamin D, which plays a direct role in muscle contraction and strength because muscle cells contain vitamin D receptors that help regulate how muscles generate force. And adequate vitamin D levels have been associated with improved lower body performance and better balance, both of which are essential for reducing the likelihood of falls and maintaining confidence in movement, especially as the body ages and natural reserves of this vitamin may decline due to less sun exposure or reduced absorption. And alongside vitamin D, vitamin B12 contributes to the health of the nervous system by supporting the protective coating around nerves and aiding in the production of red blood cells, which carry oxygen to muscle tissue, allowing muscles to sustain activity without tiring as quickly. And when nerve signals travel efficiently from the brain to the muscles, coordination improves, movements become more precise, and reaction times can be quicker, all of which play a critical role in stability and day-to-day physical function. And another key nutrient in eggs is choline, which is often overlooked yet essential for producing acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter involved in muscle activation and communication between nerves and muscle fibers, helping ensure that when the brain sends a signal to move, the muscles respond effectively and in sync, and this improved communication can translate into smoother walking patterns, better posture, and a greater sense of control over body movements. And from an energy perspective, the B complex vitamins found in eggs assist the body in converting the food we eat into usable fuel, which supports sustained energy levels and helps prevent the sensation of heaviness or fatigue in the legs that can make physical activity feel more difficult than it needs to be. And when muscles are properly fueled and supported by strong nerve connections, they not only perform better, but also recover more efficiently after use, allowing individuals to stay active without feeling overly drained. And this combination of muscular, neurological, and metabolic support highlights how nutrition can influence multiple systems simultaneously, creating a more integrated foundation for physical strength and mobility. And over time, regularly consuming nutrient-dense foods that provide these supportive compounds can contribute to improved endurance, steadier balance, and a greater willingness to engage in movement, reinforcing the cycle where better nutrition leads to better function, and better function encourages more activity, all working together to help maintain independence and physical confidence as the years progress and the body continues to rely on both strong muscles and efficient nerve signaling to carry out everyday tasks with ease and reliability. Small daily habits often have a far greater impact on long-term strength than occasional big efforts, and this is especially true when it comes to maintaining and rebuilding leg strength after 60, because the body responds best to consistent signals rather than sporadic bursts of activity or nutrition. And when someone begins incorporating a simple routine, such as including a protein-rich food like eggs in a balanced meal, while also staying lightly active through walking, stretching, or gentle strength movements, these repeated actions create a steady stream of support for muscle tissue, allowing the body to continuously repair, adapt, and grow stronger over time. And this gradual process helps avoid the overwhelm that can come from trying to make dramatic lifestyle changes all at once, making it more likely that the habit will stick, which is ultimately what drives real results. And as muscles receive reliable nourishment and regular movement, they become more efficient at generating force and maintaining endurance, which translates into everyday improvements such as rising from a chair with less effort, walking longer distances without fatigue, or feeling more stable when turning or changing direction. And these small functional wins build confidence, which is a powerful motivator because when people feel capable, they naturally move more, and that increased movement further strengthens muscles and supports joint health, creating a positive cycle where each healthy choice reinforces the next. And consistency also supports metabolic health by helping maintain lean muscle mass, which plays a role in energy regulation and overall vitality, making daily activities feel less taxing and more manageable. And over weeks and months, these small actions accumulate, often leading to noticeable changes not just in strength, but in posture, balance, an overall sense of physical control. And perhaps one of the most encouraging aspects of this approach is that it emphasizes progress rather than perfection, recognizing that even modest, repeatable actions can shift the body's trajectory toward greater resilience, allowing individuals to build a sustainable routine that fits comfortably into their lifestyle without feeling restrictive or complicated. And as this routine becomes part of everyday life, it reinforces the idea that maintaining strength and independence is less about dramatic transformations and more about steady, supportive choices that work quietly in the background, helping the body stay responsive, adaptable, and capable as it continues to move through the years with greater ease and confidence.